So we've just come off the tidal Thames yesterday.
And today we're barely going anywhere.
Today we start our trip back up the Thames to Lechlade. Because we've done this trip before. We travelled from Teddington to Oxford last summer. And we've vlogged all of that. So we're not going to vlog this in the same way. I think we're just going to do like a summary vlog. I don't really know how it's going to work out. Two reasons for that. One being that we've done it before and we've vlogged it before. And the other one being that we're about a month behind in our uploads, so I figured this will give us a chance to catch up.
So by the time you see this, hopefully we're closer to real time.
It'll be more to real time, yeah. And I don't enjoy editing like that far ahead. Like I like to do it, you know, straight away afterwards while it's still fresh in my memory and the experience is fresh and everything. So.
Yeah, and it makes the feedback more useful too.
Yeah.
Because we ask a question on here, and by the time we get an answer, sometimes we're like, I don't remember what we were talking about. And this one video will probably be a little different than the rest, and it'll be a little bit longer, most likely, but it'll sort of summarize the trip from here to at least Oxford.
So we're not that excited about, well, I am actually excited about doing the Thames, I guess.
I'm excited about doing it faster. So we'll pick up George today.
Yeah, we've really missed George. He's been gone since Thursday. It's now Sunday. And like, I'm still like, where's George? We need to take George out. Like, we need to feed George. A dog just comes to say hello. So I'm like, where's George? So yeah.
We've got to get on a train today to go back and actually pick up our dog.
We can't stay on this mooring. You can only stay on this mooring for one day. So we're going to hopefully get a mooring in Kingston and jump on a train and go and get George.
Yeah, and George will be back.
Which is why day one is just Teddington to Kingston. Or day two. Is this day one or day two?
I think this is day one.
Okay.
So day one, Teddington to Kingston.
Hopefully, if we can get a mooring.
First Teddington to first mooring.
Yeah. This is day 3 of our trip from Teddington, and we've done like, it's a week later, it's Friday.
We're not moving as quick as we thought we would because we've made it to Hampton Court where we've been sitting for 4 days.
We had a couple of days at Kingston and then a few days at Hampton Court.
Yeah.
Just because life, you know, life gets in the way of this.
Now we're on our way to get out of London.
Yeah, we're on the big push today, but we're not going to push that far. We're going to go to Staines.
Yeah.
To meet up with our friend Guy, who is the person that rescued us when we broke down on the Basingstoke.
Long ago in a galaxy far, far from here.
When we first had the boat, so that'd be nice.
Hampton Court, really nice place.
It is weird being back.
Yeah.
Somewhere where we didn't think we'd come back for like years. We're like a year later.
Like I went through Henry VIII's kitchen again, and they've upgraded the audio tour with this like new type of device. But I did get to walk up to their golf course and find the deer and stuff, so that's a little different from what I've done before. So George is going to get on the boat. We're going to move. We've got 1, 2, 3 something locks in front of us.
This morning Michael went, there's only 2 locks between here and Staines.
And I'm like, maybe there's like 5?
Or 3.
3?
Or 4.
4? Well, there's a lot of them. Anyway.
All right, let's go.
We're on our way.
It's day 4 of our push up the Thames, and we're in Staines.
Yep, made it here last night. Pushed from Hampton Court Palace.
Went for a drink at the Swan just opposite last night. Went for breakfast this morning with our friend Guy. He made us breakfast, it was very nice. Somehow it's got to noon and we haven't set off, so...
Time to set off now. Gonna see if we can make it as far as at least Eton, if not Cliveden.
We're just going to see how far we get.
Yeah.
So there was some debate about whether we would just end up napping for the rest of the day, but
no.
But we're not.
It's a 24-hour mooring, so we'd like probably get away with it, but we should move on. We do have a lot of time. We've got a 31-day license that we are now
7 days
left,
in,
20 days left or something like that.
Yeah.
So we're not in a huge rush, but we should keep moving. So we will keep moving.
Let's keep moving. See that? Well, you probably can't see it, but just there, on the outside of that boat, is George's new favourite tennis ball.
Which I, in an act of malign stupidity, put into the canal this morning.
Now, Michael won't climb across that boat and get it back.
Because I really, like, if somebody's asleep and I climb across your boat, you're going to be like, what in God's name is on the front of the boat?
Michael also won't throw George into the canal or into the River Thames to get it.
It's because it's the River Thames.
We're actually on this, like the other side of a little island in Windsor. We tried to moor where we moored last year, across on Eton Fields, but it was really shallow.
Yeah, too shallow. We got grounded out.
So we came here
I think I polished the prop pretty good, though.
We came over here, tried to get here, thought, oh no, let's go over there because there's a nice field for George. So Michael spun round, then we couldn't get on there. Then Michael spun round again and we came over here, or something like that.
So Michael spins around through, like,
Tourist
rowing
Windsor
boats and power boats
on a Saturday afternoon.
And a tourist thing on a Saturday afternoon with everybody watching, and then spins around again, and then spins around again.
We got over there, and Michael got George off the boat because George is always eager to get off the boat, and then I got off the boat, and then we couldn't get back on again. So me and George had to walk miles around, and I still had my life jacket on because we've been wearing life jackets on the Thames.
So you look very, very prepared.
I was walking through tourist Windsor with a life jacket.
Windsor's a really beautiful little town. It is quite nice. There was quite a bit of noise last night from people who were...
There was trains, there was people partying.
Yeah, but it's a pleasant little town.
And we're going to push on to wherever we get to.
Yeah, we're going to go past Cliveden.
Which is a shame, but we're not going to stop there because that was probably one of our favourite moorings on the Thames.
It wasn't really the mooring I liked, it was Cliveden I liked.
Yeah, but because the mooring's by Cliveden, so
Yeah.
Therefore the mooring is the favourite one because of what it offers.
Right, yes, right. But I wasn't going to go walking up there again. Yeah, so and then possibly as far as Henley or something.
Yeah, we're going to get through Cookham, can't remember, then Marlow, then Henley. But last time we went through Henley, it was the regatta, so there was just all these ridiculously big boats and
nowhere to stop.
Mooring was like, you can moor here for £200 a night. And we
Yeah.
were like, no thank you. So I don't know what it'll be like today. It'll be nice to see it not in regatta season, hopefully.
Anyway, time to go. George,
So it's a beautiful day in Marlow, and it's day 6 of our Thames trip, and it's the 4th day in a row, so we're a little bit fatigued, especially because yesterday
There was the adventure.
there was a couple of adventures. There was the time we left George inside the boat while we went through a lock, which we rarely do, but sometimes we have to do it. And we did the lock and it was fine. It was just a little lock. It was quite quick. And then I stepped back in the boat. I was walking to the back to take George back out on the back with Michael, and I stood in his poo that he'd done in the boat. He did it on a little mat, which was easy to clean. But because I stood in it and walked it through the boat, it was... Anyway.
Yeah.
So then the next log, we were like, okay, we'll take him off at this log. And I wasn't as prepared as I should be, because usually when we pull up, I'll hold George and Michael will steer the boat and then me and George will get off. But I was in the boat getting something. So Michael was trying to moor with George.
Yeah, and I wasn't even close to the dock. I had my hand on the tiller, and I had his lead around my wrist, and all of a sudden my hand just shot sideways and the lead came off, and George was swimming
in the middle of the Thames by a weir. Well, we wasn't that close to the weir, but...
Well, and we were downstream of the weir.
Okay,
you know, he wouldn't have gone over the weir.
So I come running out. Michael made the decision to get the boat to the pontoon and call him to the pontoon. So I jumped onto the pontoon, started taking my shoes off, because I'd spotted this ladder that I could go down, and I didn't want to get my shoes wet, or if I fell in, I didn't want to be wearing shoes. And Mike was like, "You're not going swimming, why are you taking your shoes off?" And I was like, "No, I'm going down the ladder." So I went down like about 3 rungs of the ladder, and I couldn't reach him, so I had to go down the 4th rung, which was like into the River Thames.
Yeah.
And luckily, we called him and he came over, and I've
And
managed...
you held on to him for a minute. Well, I actually got
Yeah,
back onto the boat to grab the rope because we were about to lose the boat. It was an adventure.
And then we got to the lock, and last year we moaned on our vlog about this one grumpy lockkeeper that we'd met twice, and he was really...
Oh yeah, he was on a phone when we drove up, and he was really grumpy.
That same lock after the George incident, he was there. Was he on the phone again?
Oh yeah.
But he interrupted his phone call to say good morning to me as I walked up, like in a mood, like with squelchy feet and like soggy jeans. And a wet dog. He was in a much better mood than last year, so that was good.
But he was still on the same phone call 1 year later.
So we got to Marlow and haven't really explored anything. We just got on the mooring and...
There's the Marlow lock moorings here. First 24 hours are free, so it's quite convenient. There are not too many of them. There's a field right by here where George got to go out and chase the ball, and
But we
also
haven't...
went for a swim because he's really just keen on pissing us off right
Didn't
now.
have enough swimming yesterday. We're going to move on today. I suggested we got to Pangbourne, but it's 11 hours away, so I don't think we'll get that far.
I don't think we're getting to Pangbourne.
I think just a short cruise today, because we're getting fatigued.
Yeah.
So 3 or 4 hours, and we'll see.
It's really windy, and the guy behind us, directly behind us, like 3 feet behind us, has his engine running, so we've got to be close to the microphone.
And we want to be quick, because we want to get going, because Michael's impatient this morning, but we are...
Patient every morning.
We are in Wargrave. We came from Marlow yesterday. We had ideas of stopping in Henley, but there was no mooring in Henley under £10, so we thought,
Yeah.
So we came to this free mooring in Wargrave.
Took a walk around. It's nice. It's a pleasant little area. A little bit of a walk to any shops or anything, so we didn't make it all the way up.
There's a pub closer, but we didn't go there. Today we're going to head down to Pangbourne Fields, where we also moored last year, but we know it's nice there good for George. There is a laundry, and we might stay there a couple of days because this is the 5th day in a row of cruising.
Yeah. Plus the weather's supposed to turn on us tomorrow.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
It looks pretty dark today.
It may have turned on us a day early. Also, there's count them, three hurricanes running in the Atlantic right now, and all three of them are likely to smack into the east coast of the United States and then turn back and come back this way. So
Okay, good.
weather might even get worse.
Let's go and get that mooring in Pangbourne. I think it's about 6 hours. It's quite a long way.
Yeah. And hopefully the weather doesn't turn as much as it looks like it might, because it's gone grey and it's gone windy and it's gone wet feeling.
Not enjoying the wind.
All right, we have to get George on board. So we just pulled into the Tesco's Extra moorings just outside Reading, just past the junction. Takes you down to the Canal. Very convenient spot to get off and get some groceries.
We're in Pangbourne, and I think today is day 7 of our cruising days on the Thames. Cold and fresh and beautiful, but the sun is beating down now, so we should warm up, I hope.
Yeah, but you do get the feeling like winter is coming.
But we think we're going to at least make it to Wallingford today, hopefully. I think it's about 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah.
Someone on Twitter said that it was pretty full, so we'll might
see when we get there.
Yeah.
It's a lovely place, Pangbourne. Meadow here, nice little town.
Did laundry.
There's laundry to get done, and there's a co-op to visit for shopping and stuff. It's basically just been really nice. Lock just ahead. Not a lot in front of us, except for some more locks and more river.
Yeah. More of the same.
More of the same. Good morning from the mooring in Goring. It's been very boring on the mooring in Goring.
How long have you been waiting to say that?
I just tried it 3 times, so it must have been a while.
Also, it's really not that boring, it's quite nice.
The best hot chocolate in all of England is in the cafe just up the hill. Order the double hot chocolate and dip, mind you, the dark chocolate Rocky Road into the hot chocolate. It is an experience.
So good he had it twice.
Yes. I would have had it 4 times, but
we're going.
And we're running out of money.
We've had 3 nights here, and now we are heading up to wherever we get to. Last time we were here, as we were going into this lock, someone decided to shut the gate on us. So see what happens this time. Just look to see if there's a boat
just take
10 feet from the gate before he starts shutting.
So the question is mainly, do we go to Wallingford today and stop sort of early, or do we continue on and get to Abingdon?
Early finish.
Early finish. She's voting for the early finish, so we'll probably do the early finish. Wallingford is a good haul away from here. It's a good few hours.
It depends what moorings we find as well.
Yeah.
All right, let's go.
We're going. This morning we were awoken by the incessant pounding of the total. Nah.
She was fine.
It was fine.
It's just her knocking was very insistent, and she didn't give us any time to open the door before she was hammering again.
Yeah, and then I got to the front and she's like, oh, did you stay overnight? Yes. And are you leaving today? It does say 24 hours. Yes, I'm leaving today. She's like, oh, very sorry, and hands me this note with, £7. I'm like, oh, it's £7, is it? And she's like, oh, yes, very sorry. You're not sorry. You're a minor autocrat.
We are, because if we'd left at 8, we wouldn't have been charged. But
now we'd be £7 richer.
It would be nice to be further down the river and not sat here.
And £7 richer. £7 is £7.
Yeah.
It's like 320 bob. Or like 19 shillings or something.
I'm just making numbers
up. Making numbers up. Totally caught out. Should have left at 8 a.m.
Anyway, we're leaving at more like 10 a.m. at this rate.
Yeah.
4 hours to get to
Abingdon. 4 hours, 4 locks.
I remember last year it was the first frost because it was like October. And we were moored on the other side of the river, and when we left it was like frosty cold, so we didn't leave earlier. Later we left earlier. We've kind of got used to some short cruises. I don't know how we did the long days when we did the long day.
I like these sort of up early in the morning,
2 or 3
hour
hours,
cruising.
Get there at lunchtime, have a little walk and explore, go to the shops. Do a little bit of work. And then, do work in the evening. Have
a nice dinner and go to sleep. Rather than, just get to the end and basically be like, it is time to lie down now.
Yeah, rather than like 7 or 8 hour cruises where you get there and you're exhausted, but
It's good to have this sort of split difference day, but that means we need to move a little more often. We need to wake up a little bit earlier.
I didn't sleep last night.
No, you didn't sleep last night. That's why we didn't get moving early today.
It's all my fault.
Which cost us £7. The boat is warmed up. All we really have to do is cast off and get moving.
We are in Abingdon and we are heading to Oxford today. Just guess what?
To catch a train. Because trains pay attention to no weather channel or weathermen or weather persons.
Yesterday we were like, oh, it's really nice in Abingdon. There's 3 nights free mooring. Let's just get the train hit from here. There's no train in Abingdon.
No.
Who knew?
Yeah. So we are dealing with what are apparently some of the remnants of some of the Atlantic hurricanes spinning around out there. They're starting to reach us, doing much more damage elsewhere, but yeah, it's making my hat look funny.
It's blustery.
Yeah.
But we're going to brave it anyway. that was the Thames cruise, the repetition of Teddington to Oxford, which we did last year. We're in Oxford. We made it to Oxford. How did you find doing the same thing again?
Deja vu-ish.
It was quite funny because we were like, oh, here's where we got our last pump out. Oh, here's where George did this. And
Yeah, it was really funny. The only place on the whole stretch that I didn't feel like I was doing full deja vu was Abingdon. I thought Wallingford was going to be Abingdon.
oh, you got them two kind of blurred
I got
a
them
bit.
kind of blurred together and everything. But up until that point, it was just like, I know every blade of grass. I know every boat. Yes, I saw you a year ago. Yes, you're still sitting here.
We saw some of the same lock keepers. We saw the grumpy lock keeper that was in a really good mood this year.
Yeah, good. No, that was good. Saw a lot of familiar boats and familiar locations and familiar water.
Yeah, when we did that section of the Thames last year, we thought that was it ticked off, and then less than a year later we were back because we were bad at planning routes. But it was fun, it was enjoyable. I definitely recommend doing the Thames, not the tidal Thames, but it's
I recommend the tidal Thames portion.
It's just
don't do it with somebody complaining at the front of the boat.
I didn't complain, I was very good.
You screamed.
Once.
Yeah, well, okay. That was the part I heard.
It's just very, very different to being on the canal, and I'm ready to go back on the canal.
Other than the deja vu-ish thing, it was fairly pleasant the whole way. We got lucky with weather. We've been moving quite quickly. We only took a little bit of a pause at mooring in Goring because they had such good hot chocolate.
Because you're on the boat all the time, like it's hard. There is the Thames path that you can walk, but you never know where you can get back on the boat again. It's not always obvious.
Yeah, and sometimes it deviates by like miles.
And sometimes it just stops and there's nowhere to pick up. So I didn't walk at all. So I kind of really missed the being able to just hop on and off with George and walk. So that's very different.
Yeah, George has gotten good at getting back on the boat, especially in locks and stuff.
But it does stress him out. Like he doesn't enjoy it. So we kind of got to the sweet spot of like 4 hours is the maximum cruise we wanted to do on the Thames because of those things.
It would have been much nicer to be able to walk George. He sits back there and he just stares.
And he's ready to get off. And then there was that one time in Maidenhead where we were coming into the lock and he did get off.
Yeah,
so it was a bit of a different video, this one, and we haven't caught up completely with real time, but we're a lot closer to real time than we were. So I hope you enjoyed it anyway. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
So thanks for watching. Like, click, comment, hit the bell, doobly-doo.
There's no click. I don't know why you say click. What is click? Like is
thanks for
thumbs
watching.
up.
Thumbs up.
Comment. Subscribe.
Click the bell and subscribe.
That's it.
Because that's what I'm talking about when I say click. Is click the bell. Like, click the bell, comment, subscribe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Oh my knuckle.
Do you want me to get you a plaster?
I've got Wales disease. Do I want some pasta?
A plaster.
Oh.
A band-aid.
Right.
Beachlade?
Lechlade.
Lechlade.
The mouth of the mouth is that way. The mouth is the ocean. The source of the Thames.
And we've done this trip.
Or as close as to the sources we can get, I guess.
As far as you can navigate, basically.
Yeah. And then Reading to... Hello there. No, okay. Hello. Puritan, not a Puritan, just so your Americans know.
So this is day 5 of
30.
what?
Well, I don't know how many days it's going to take to get up the hill. Yes.
Your head's cut off.
I know my head's cut off. I feel like hunchback. Can't see myself.
You're there.
Am I?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Good morning from the mooring in Goring. It's been very boring on the Goring and mooring. Damn. George is pooped. Boat is prepared.
People don't need to know about George's bowel movements.
Don't they?
No.
I thought that was the essence of George TV.
You ready?
Yes. Ignore me. I am a fruitcake made of iron.